Grab a cup of coffee in your favorite mug, get out those art supplies, and tune out the demons for Let's Make Comics with Stephen Emond. Tune them out, I said. You can do this. Don't listen to those voices for the love of everything. Just make comics.
Hi, I knew we'd be together again. This time, forever. Welcome to Let's Make Comics. Today we're going to be drawing faces, and I have five hot tips for how to draw faces. We're talking sexy tips. I have one, you have one. Faces, we're drawing them. Let's make some comics. Okay, so the first tip that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to basically lay out a face using a circle and some squares. We're just going to divide up where the face is, and I'll show you some tips for drawing features too. Okay, so the typical layout for a face. First off, that's way too light, isn't it? So typically you want to start with a circle, and you divide that in half. Usually just want to, this you can eyeball. So basically this is the top of the head. This is going to go down to the chin. Now you can exaggerate that. You can have a very long face. You could have a very short face. That's kind of up to you. That's depending on how you want your character to go. So in this case we're going to go with this circle. There you go. So now you've got your head shape. You want to divide this in half. So about half of there is right there. And then you take the bottom half. You divide that in half. Right there. And this bottom quarter, you divide in half. And then about halfway between each of these is going to be your eye. And your ears go about between your eyes and your nose. Want to go another half. Again, this you can change, but that's going to be your hairline. Okay, so nose. I'm just going to make a little 3W there. There's your mouth. Some eyebrows over it. I'll make a little bit higher of a hairline. There you go. That's your face. Do another one just for the heck of it. So you got your circle. Line down the middle. We'll go longer this time. We'll go really long. This is way long. This is a very exaggerated face, but we're going to do the same thing. Halfway, halfway, halfway. Okay. Let's make a person out of this one. So, we'll go into features in a minute. Give this person spiky hair, or a little buzz cut, I guess. Add his ears. Give him little dimples. Why not? Some little lines there. There you go. So, that's your face. We'll do one more. Let's see. This one will do barely any line just to switch it up. Half, half, half. Do, do, do. Okay. all the different ways that you can draw these features. Just going very simple ears. Tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee. All right, there you go. That's how you use your spirals and your grids and your divisions. Real simple. Circle, line, connect the chin, half, half, half. Okay, so another tip for drawing faces is photo reference. Everybody uses photo reference. All right, not everybody, but a lot of people use photo reference. There's nothing wrong with it. Listen, faces are complex. It's easier sometimes to have some reference. So we're gonna go ahead and take a selfie and all right, so we got my photo reference here. So we're just gonna kind of this one a little different. We're just gonna kind of block out what we see here. Here's my ear. Wish I could get it to stop doing that, but I don't know how. Got my nose kind of right over here in the middle. What a schnoz, everybody. Oh, he's so not happy. Let's see here. Got some facial hair. Looking like a total badass. Draw all of this patchy beardness. Got an eye over here. Kind of looking at the you stay. Oh, what a line. Alright, draw those big glasses. Alright, so there we have photo reference. What a stud. Now, let's try doing photo reference with our circle method. So, I'm going to do my face over here, kind of at a bit of an angle. Now here's something, when you're doing three-dimensional, not just the straightforward face, but you know, something, you want to kind of curve these lines. So you got your circle, you got your straight down right ahead. Look into the side, look into this side. You know, you want to kind of curve those things. And likewise, if you're looking up, if you're looking down, you want to curve those lines too. So, I have a slight curve. Well, let's do my chin. Okay, so connect about here, right? Ears over here. Let's see here. So halfway through would be about here. Halfway through, about here. Now I'm making a face, so my mouth is a little bit above that halfway point. There we got face, nose, there's the eyes. So I kind of winged it there, but it does follow the same pattern. Bob, will you please? So another tip is simplification. There's a whole part in Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics about the iconic face. The more detailed the face, the more features and intricacies of the human face that you add, the less iconic it is. So the most iconic face is smiley face, right? Just everybody in the world understands the little simple smiley face, that's a face, the person's happy. The more you make that complex, the less iconic, but the more individualized it is. So we'll take a look at drawing some different faces on levels of simplicity. So simplification. So you've got your iconic smiley face, right? Then let's say you got this guy. Just a little bit more, but you can kind of tell, okay, this is a person with short hair and they're happy. Let's see, so you get a little more, add an eyelid there. Give them a nose. Maybe even some eyebrows. Give them more of a connected haircut. See, you're getting more and more detailed. And then you've got, let's see, what's even more detailed than that? Kind of getting a more three-dimensional face. Maybe get a little line under there. Get a line inside the ear. More detailed hair. I mean, it's a weird looking person. I don't know what's going on with this side of their head, but you can see it gets more and more detailed the more it becomes a character and a person with identifiable traits. Start to see how old this person is and what their character is like. Are they friendly? Are they happy? What are they feeling? All these details come out more and more as you add details. I could give this guy some little squinty lines. The more detail I get, I mean, he's still got a boy haircut, but the more detail you add to him, the more he becomes a specific person and less of an ideal. Okay, and as long as we're talking about the complexities of the face, one of the tips is exaggeration or caricature, you know, taking certain features and embellishing those to make a really kind of individual character. Okay, so let's do some exaggeration here. So we got our smudges. All right, so we got our face over here, right? What can we do to exaggerate this person? We can say, okay, we'll give them a normal nose, normal mouth, normal eyes. Let's say he's got giant ears. Or let's say he doesn't have a whole lot of forehead. He's got a big chin. I mean, it's weird, and I'm just making that up, but it's a way to give your character some character. You could always say, let's see here, here's the eyes. Obviously, a giant nose is kind of a hallmark of caricature. Some weird looking characters I'm drawing here, but I mean that's what happens. Let's see. So one of the things I've been doing in my webcomic is I'm really into eyes. I'm giving everybody big haunted eyes. So draw a little character there. And I go, okay, here's the nose, there's a mouth, and then I'm giving them these big exaggerated eyes. Everybody looks like they haven't slept in days. And that's just kind of what I'm doing to kind of make this stand out and be a little different. It's just part of my visual style, with the wispy hair there. So I've been really into just making these big, round, bulbous eyes, haunted, kind of baggy, really going all out on the detail with these eyes, right? But then kind of leaving their other features a little more generic. So the eyes are really what pops out in this art. Let's do one more. What's a good feature to exaggerate? We did ears, we did eyes. Let's see here. So let's see here. Let's say we're drawing a lady. We'll do a little button nose and give her big lips. Why not? And we'll give her some large eyes too, and some eyeliner. Red cheeks. That's a way to exaggerate that. Okay, my final tip for you today is to use lighting and shadow to embellish the face and make it more three-dimensional. And to illustrate that point, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my lighting cube here. We're gonna do another selfie. That's really bright, isn't it? Alright, and let's make ourselves a three-dimensional spooky lighting. Three-dimensional face. Okay, so here's some exaggerated lighting. So we'll do, kind of feel out this face over here. Mr. Nostrils. Okay, so let's just kind of get my, will you please, let's just get my features down. What a cheek. Smiley. So now we want to kind of block in these lights. Now the nose just protrudes from the face. That's always going to be a big shadow spot. Follow here. This kind of area right here, often dark. Side of the face. Over here. But you can see I'm not really adding detail to the face. I'm just adding lighting, and it's really kind of making it more of a comic book drawing, right? It's making it more three-dimensional. Making it really pop off the page a lot more. Go on over here. Got lines because I'm so expressive and old. And this is kind of fun. This is incidental, but I've got the shadow on this side of my face, and then I've got this darkness on the other side of me, which is kind of a Rembrandt lighting, they call it, when you kind of go from dark background to light person to dark shading on the person to a light background. So got some incidental Rembrandt lighting there. Let's put my glasses on. That way I can see. And give myself some pupils. Okay, and I thought we'd take a minute just to show some ways to draw different facial features. So we'll start with the eye. Kind of do the top part of the eye first, right? This is where the little tear duct is. Less arc on the bottom half. Give a pupil. We've got the here you go, you got an eye. But, I mean, it could be simplified. You could have a line. A lot of old comic books just do that. That's their eye. Maybe you do the top part, or maybe a little squint underneath. Does not take a lot to register as an eye. Of course, if you're going full-on cartoon, that's your eye right there, right? For noses, you can get, this is kind of your go-to Golden Age comic. You got your protruding nose there, maybe a nostril. That's about it. Sometimes I'll get cartoony and I'll do this, or even angular. That could be a nose. You could do these lines pop up a lot, kind of showing some definition, but sometimes I'll start with the arc. And there you go. Sometimes you got the cheek brushing up against the nose. Lips, I often just do as this kind of flattened M shape. Just, there you go. And then sometimes I'll draw the bottom lip. Kind of the jowls a little bit there. If you want to get more detailed, you can do the upper lips, which is basically the same shape. Bottom lip is a bit more. With shading, you could often do, so you got your flattened M, bottom lip, and then you just go full dark upper lip. And again, sometimes you have your cheeks kind of going against there, or maybe a little farther apart. Sometimes you have your dimples. A smile, I might do less of that M shape. Do a little bit, but yeah, smile, I would avoid it. Same thing with the frown. For ears, you basically want to have, so here's your circumference. You got your outer part there. Let's see here, how does an ear work, huh? It's a complicated shape for sure. There is, let's see here, I believe you got your inner thing there. I don't know what you call that. That's your inner thing. You got your outer thing here. There's kind of a dark inside there. That's about it. Kind of think of it as this this shape right here. This kind of this is the inside. Here's the outside. It takes a little while to get used to drawing them. Sometimes you can very quickly just kind of hint at what's going on there. It all registers as an ear. And eyebrows. Eyebrows could just be a line. Sometimes you kind of feather into it. Sometimes people have thick eyebrows. Sometimes they go more towards the outside. Sometimes they fade out. That's where you add your variety. Well, we did it. Eyes, nose, ears, mouth. We've covered it all. If you enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe, ring the bell. I'll see you guys next week. Stay spooky, make comics.
Hope you enjoyed our show. Send in 12 coupons and get some nifty X-ray specs. Better yet, like, comment, and subscribe to show that you really care.